Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, November 19th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value the things I see and the work I can do in the shadows. We have such a big astro day today. It's just really packed with energy, and some moons are like gentle moons. This moon is not, I don't think it's one of the gentlest moons. We have a new moon in Scorpio happening today. It's not happening till late in the evening or even early tomorrow for some of you. It's happening at 10:47 p.m. Pacific time, so technically it's a tomorrow for me. We're definitely going to be feeling this build. And this moon, what really makes a moon potent is the connections, and there are some really strong connections in this, not to mention that we have all lined up within 2 degrees Mercury, the sun, the moon, and Lilith, all within 26 to 28 degrees Scorpio today. So it's really powerful energy. We also have Uranus balancing these energies at 29 Taurus. In fact, it's going to be early Thursday morning. We will have that exact sun. Oh, is that? No, that's not actually. It's going to be Friday, early Friday morning. It's actually Sun and Mercury we're going to have early Thursday morning. Sun and Uranus will be early Friday morning. But still, it's right there within 1 degree of this new moon energy. And so this is really potent energy. This is really going to be kind of a level up sort of energy. And being that we do have both Mercury retrograde and Uranus retrograde feeding in, we may have to replay some stories, some energies, some mental layers to evolve them. This is kind of a revolution, evolution, new moon kind of energy. So let's start at the beginning of the day and work our way to that new moon. We start the beginning of the day with Mercury and Uranus in that opposition. So if you are awoken in the middle of the night, chances are it is this frenetic energy. I'm sorry, I have something in my eyeball. It's like a hair. There we go. A mini hair that was like caught in my eyelashes and bothering my eyelashes. And that might be the thing, right? Like I said this a few weeks ago, that quote, like, it's so easy to see what somebody else's, issue, problem is, and hard to see the log in your own eye. I think that Scorpio energy can kind of be about that. I think a lot of times what we need to be aware of during Scorpio season is how easy it is to be a victim. How easy it is to tell the victim story. And I'm not saying that the victim story isn't true. That's part of the challenge, is like, yes, this is the truth. But Scorpio reminds us that we can continue to tell this story, right? We can continue to say the same thing. This is what happened. This is what happened to me. And this is where I'm left from what has happened to me. Or we can take the narrative back and be like, this is what happened, and this is how I'm taking my power back, and this is how I'm going to use this as a stepping stone to my next level up. That is the revolution, evolution. Yeah, something hurt, something triggered you, and you take it and you use it. We all have the potential to take the hardest things and use them to bring about gold in our life, in our situation. That is that process of alchemy. It's not necessarily physical gold out there, right? But turning it to gold within your life. So Mercury and Uranus in opposition is how we're starting the day. And so I think this is bringing us perspective. Uranus and Taurus is reminding us to stay connected to what is valuable, but even seeing the value in these challenges. I know so many of you are feeling this so deeply. Me too. I know so many people are going through stuff. Me too. We're all here in this. nobody's alone in this, you know? Nobody's just sailing through this energy. And you can't. Even if you're sailing now, at some point, these energies come calling, right? But can you take it and use it for what it's meant to be used for? Something valuable in your life. The next connection is Mercury connecting to Neptune. Neptune, which is retrograde in Pisces at the 29th degree of Pisces. And again, this is just a reminder that some of these stories, some of maybe even these victim feels that we're carrying and moving through us have been played out beyond this lifetime. Like, it's not just the now that we're moving through, and that's part of the depth of the feels of all of this. So just be aware of that. Next thing up is the moon connecting to Jupiter. Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Again, bringing up the feels, and we are deep in the dark of the moon. And really, within 20 minutes, we have the moon trining Saturn. So this is that big grand trine water with the moon activating it this time. How rude. How rude. A scan just started on my computer. No, I do not want a scan. I do not like this. Oh my God. No, this is so Scorpio. I don't like this. Wow. Okay, it just totally took over my computer screen. I am not going to be a victim from this. This is what I'm saying, though. You know, this is really interesting energy. I don't even know how a page opened up and decided to start scanning. Weird. All right. So Grand Trine Water, and it's karmic. So, be aware of this as we're building to the new moon. That's happening around 4 p.m. Pacific time. We then move to the Sun-Moon conjunction, which happens at, like I said, 10:47 p.m. And it's just a half hour off the moon connecting exactly with Mercury. And so, again, there's a lot of mental energy in here. There's Lilith, Lilith is the ultimate non-victim. Lilith, despite the hate, has always kind of refused to be a victim and been like, I run the show. I know my power. I know my sovereignty. And so Lilith is helping us embrace that. But I think one of the important things, being that this is connected to Mercury, is being super aware of your stories, of the narratives, about what you're telling yourself, about whatever is showing up in your life in this. Now, again, like I said, just a little bit after this new moon on Thursday morning, we are going to have that Kazemi energy happening with the Sun and Mercury. Again, this energy is really powerful. It's not necessarily grounded, but you have to be and practice awareness of the mental energy. We also have the celebration card. Now it's in reverse, so this might be one of those, this isn't the best, funnest energy, but if you find opportunity, celebrate. Even celebrating what is coming up to be released, what you are seeing, value it, because this is the work, and it is a blessing to see what it is that you need to do the work on. We have the guidance card. You are not alone. Final card is actually the control card. Be aware. This is a mental card, so this might be about like being aware of your stories, but it's also like noticing who is in charge of your stories. What is the narration? Because I think, being that so many of us live in a patriarchal world, sometimes we can have that kind of spin on the stories, and that might be part of what needs to be released. Now, I have a beautiful card for the Oracle card of the day. It's the Eclipse Mermaid, and I have to say, there's two words that came up when I was looking at this. One was like, yeah, this is kind of eclipsey energy. We don't have an eclipse. It just feels powerful like that. But the other word was labyrinth. This is digging deep into like the labyrinths of your mind, of your stories, like those tunnels. So be aware, this could get really deep. And if you need somebody to go deep diving with you, I'm your girl. Reach out. You can book a reading. You can book a clearing. Besides all this, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And may your guiding light be strong. And know that you can trust the process. Namaste.